Hi everyone, Lisa here. Okay, so for Sandra's and my challenge, so the SNL challenge, for this Sunday, and I'm going to be recording this obviously prior to Sunday. Our challenge is to take an old collection pack and try and use it up. So whether we had like actual kit, a pack, you know, like a Studio Calico kit or whatever, it just had to be an older kit and get it used up. So we could mix new products obviously in with it, just kind of breathe it into new life. So that was the challenge that I posted on Monday for the Will Craft for Supplies Facebook group. So I've had this collection in my stash for quite some time, and this is the Everyday Eclectic collection by Echo Park, and I loved it when it came out, and honestly I think I maybe used a little bit of the paper. I think I maybe cut a few sheets of it, like either I cut a few sheets off or I cut like just a little chunk of it out. So yeah, this is the sheets that are from the kit. I'm just going to show you the sheets real quick, and then I'll show you the other things that I pulled, and then hopefully it'll make some sense. So I'm just going to flip through the papers real quick as I'm talking. So I really liked this collection when it came out, but like I had said, but I just never used very much of it, and so I wanted to kind of have a challenge with Sandra where we could kind of like breathe new life into some older papers. So when I was thinking of this challenge, this was the paper that kept coming to mind. I do have other older paper collections, but I just really loved it when it first came out. I just loved all the fresh colors, and a lot of these colors and these, see, this is the only parts that I used, was just this little part here, and I really love the patterns, and the patterns are still very much you know, trendy for right now, so I can mix and match them with some newer collections. So I'm just going to fan these out, and then I'll show you some of the newer papers that I pulled for you know, the Monday challenge, where it's like breathe new life into the paper, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then at the end of this video you'll see obviously some of the newer papers that I've pulled, and they might not be like currently new, but they're newer than this. So I pulled the craft cardstock in as well. So, oh, and I should also mention that the collection kit has these stickers in there as well. Oh, and here's a little sheet of that paper. But yes, I will be adding these into my embellishments as well, so I'll just stick those aside. So, again, everything I'm going to try and use. So these are some of the newer patterns that I pulled. This first one is from Fifth and Frolic, and if I pull in these papers here, you can see it matches this green in the collection really well. The back side doesn't really grow very well, but this side does, so there's that one. There's this chevron print, which is from Shoreline, and even if I wanted to use this navy on the other side, it does blend really well with these, but this side matches really well with some of these darker pinks and these lighter pinks, so there's that one as well. Then again, here is another green, and it matches really well to that, so I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, if or both. And there is a lot of papers pulled here, and obviously I will probably not use them all, but my way of thinking is I'd rather pull too many products than not enough. If I don't have them pulled, then I tend to not use them. I also have this one from Fifth and Frolic. I mean, anybody who watches my YouTube knows that Fifth and Frolic is my collection, so it was kind of one of the first things that I went to. So I really like this kind of gray with the blue, which I felt matched, you know, fairly well, and I just thought it would be a nice kind of a contrast of a color. And then there is this bird print on the background, but there is quite a bit of blue in this collection, so I don't think I'll use it for that side, but I do like this side. Then I have this one from Neapolitan, and it matches this pink really well. And this is the other side, but it's got glitter and stuff on the back side, like glitter glue. So it's just for that side. I might just use this one for matting. Then there's this really beautiful chevron from Fifth and Frolic again. But it just matches a lot of these patterns quite well. And the back side is this little bit of a darker take on this print. And it does match this these colors in the print as well. So there's that one. Then from the pier, there's this kind of chevron, take on a chevron, and it matches like this kind of a craft print. So I just thought if I wanted more of a background picture or paper, then I could use that. And the back side is this, but this is a little too cream based. This is still cream based, but I can get away with it. Because I would be using it for a background, so, and you can't really tell that's a cream until you really flip it over and you can see all the distressing on that. I pulled that one, but I don't think I'm going to use it. The other one is this from Studio Calico, and it's a chevron, and it matches this, if you can see the chevron there. And then there's this sea, like wind kind of print, and it's from the Atlantic collection. And then I pulled this one, but I don't think I like it for this side. I like it for this polka dot side on this side. Honestly, this one's kind of at the back of the pack. I'm not sure if I'll use it. And then there's this one, this polka dot print, and this is from Studio Calico. We just got it in July's kit. And the craft goes as well as this side goes. So that is the paper that I've pulled. Actually, maybe I'll just leave this out so you guys can see all the paper, and then you can see the embellishments that I've pulled as well. For this challenge, you could use whatever embellishments. It was kind of a free reign. So I pulled some old and some newer stuff. This is a pack of chipboard letter or buttons that we got from Studio Calico last month, and honestly I just felt like they should be used up, and they went really well with the papers in here. And then I have this, I don't think was supposed to go, but there's this little yes badge. And then I have 2 washies. I've got this cork because I thought that would bring it. Alright, sorry guys, I guess I ran out of battery power. It didn't even give me a warning or anything. So I pulled these 2 washies, and there's this green, like tealy kind of washi that, you know, it's relatively close to this one. It was the closest I had. I was going to pull a pink, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. I can always go back in and pull a pink, but I like this cork washi. I think it'll pull in a lot of this browns that are in the pattern paper. So I pulled that. I also pulled these cork stickers from Studio Calico. So there's the arrows and the chevrons, because I thought that matched really well. I've got a couple flare. Before I lose them, I'll show you. It's got this pink chevron, and then this one that says Tell Your Story. I pulled in some more Fifth and Frolic, just because there was a lot of colors that matched. So this is the chipboard shapes, and this has been really used. So there, I don't even know what's left on here, but I thought I would pull that in. There is a hint of orange in this collection, so I thought to maybe bring that out. I had these Snipping 5 heart geotags, so I pulled those. Oh, here's another one of the journaling tags from here that I had, you know, cut out and never used, so there's that. I have some brats because I hardly ever use them. So I've got the one from the Travel Girl, and these are some Fifth and Frolic, and I just thought, well, you know, these colors matched and these colors matched because there's some orange and some blues and some greens in here, so I thought they would go really well. There's these chipboard stars that we got in the July kit that I still have to use up, so I thought I would have those there. I've got these camera paper clips. I got those in a rack from Sandra, so I thought I would use those. And then for stickers, for extra stickers, in case I don't use those ones, these are going to be my secondary option. I'll be looking at those other ones first. But I did bring the Neapolitan and the Fifth and Frolic sticker books out. But that is a secondary. That I will be looking at last because I want to try and use up whatever's on that sheet. For letter stickers, I pulled out these Jelly Bean Grapefruit Pink Alphas. And then these Dazzle Cork Alphas. Again, just trying to bring in some of the browner tones. And then I have this stamp set that I've never opened. And this is from the Lucky Charm collection. It's got this Come Fly Away With Me and air balloons just to kind of match the paper that was in the collection. So that's the stamp. And again, I'll probably pull more items out as I go along. But that's just the initial startup. So again, a lot of papers, but we're going to see what we can get through in a week. So we're going to fast forward to, the end of the week so you guys can see what we've done. So stay tuned. Oh, hi everyone. Okay, so I'm back and I'm going to share with you all of this stuff that I use and the layouts that I made for the SNL challenge. And the challenge was to take an old paper pack and either use it as is or mix it in with new stuff and try and get as many layouts as you can. I didn't get as many as I wanted to in. I had a needle on Monday and my arm was really sore, and I had a little bit of a, I don't know, flu bug or whatever this week, so I didn't get as many done as I wanted to. But I just thought I would share with you that it doesn't matter how many layouts you get out of the old paper pack, as long as you're using it up. And I think that is the point. So I'll share with you the stuff that I have left. I still, of course, have a lot of these chipboard frames, but I did use quite a few. I think I'm down to 6 pieces. So 7 pieces left out of this chipboard, which is quite a few less than what I had. I pulled in these chipboard frames. I can't remember if I pulled them in for the actual product pull, but I did use quite a few of these. I used quite a few of the stickers. You can see that it's nearly gone. I still have quite a few in here. They just didn't fit very well with the pictures that I have pulled. I used quite a bit of the alphas. There's still quite a bit left. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these into my newest project life and get those used up. I used the stamp a couple times. I have very few of these cork arrows and stuff left. I went to town with those. I used up some of these enamel dots. I only have a couple left. I used a few of the camera clips, and I have one of the flare left. I used up some of the buttons. I only have those 4 left. I used up some of these geotags. Not as many as I thought I would have. I don't think I used any of these. I pulled in these enamel dots. I think I pulled these in after the fact. I'm not sure. But anyway, I didn't use very many of those, if I used any. I don't think I used any of those. I didn't use any of those. I used a few of the stickers out of here, and I used a few of the brads out of this. I used this alpha. I pulled this alpha in. I can't remember if I pulled that one or not, but I used that. I used this a couple times, I think once or twice. I pulled in this alpha. It just went really well for a layout, and I think I used this once or twice. So the alphas went to town on pulling some other ones, and I only have these asterisks left, so I used quite a few. As for paper, I have, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have pulled quite a bit of extra pattern paper. I do that just so that I can try and get it used up. Oh, and I have a couple of paper clips left too. Put those to the side. So for the pattern paper that doesn't belong with that Everyday Eclectic collection, I pulled in some other strips of paper, and you can kind of see, like, these are the bigger, or the littler scraps, I'm sorry, that I pulled in. And I actually pulled a 6x6 piece of paper from the Crate Paper collection. I'll show you that in a second. It was a Christmas line, and I actually ended up using Christmas paper or made a Christmas layout. And it's ironic that this is a summer collection and I ended up using a lot of it for winter collection. So it's kind of ironic that's the way it happened. I didn't use any of this, and I cut this one down. You can see it's not quite a 12 by 12. I was going to use it, but I didn't end up using it. And I got these from the Fifth and Frolic left, and that is it for the paper that didn't belong in that Everyday Eclectic line. As for the paper that does, I have this. There's some of these other random scraps left that these could go into Project Life easily, like these little, you know, 3x4s. So those will get used up. I have this left. Some more of these little cut aparts. This is another sheet that's quite big. This one's a full 12 by 12 that I have left. And this one is not a full 12 by 12. It's cut quite a bit. If I show you on this 12 by 12, you can see it's cut down quite a bit. So that one I have left. I have some of this cloud paper left, this solid cardstock, and then this is a full 12 by 12. So I did pretty well on, oh, and I already used a craft cardstock, but I had this one pulled just in case I wanted it to use that one up. So I did use up quite a bit of that Everyday Eclectic collection. So I'm just going to move this stuff to the side so you can see the layouts that I made. And I got 5 out of all that, which doesn't seem like a lot, but again, it was circumstances that arose. So this is the first layout that I did, and it's called The Story of Being Too Young. Those of you who have known me for quite some time I'm sure have kind of figured out that I was really young when I had my daughter. I mean, she is graduating this year and I'm not that old. I won't get into the specifics of it, but I was really young when I had her. So I did this layout of the story of how, you know, being young kind of had its benefits and not benefits of having her that young and all the struggles that I had and stuff like that. So I added some cloud stamping, I added some chipboard frames and stuff like that, some arrows, some stickers, did a lot of embellishing over on this side, and then just did my journaling down here. So it wasn't like a big, you know, huge story about it, but it was just, I just wanted it to be told, and I was pulling out a whole bunch of like older pictures. So that's that page. And then this one, I'm sorry if people feel a little squeamish about this, but we are hunters. So this was my son's very first deer that he got. So it was first time deer hunter. So I used those cork alphas there. And I didn't embellish it a lot just because I wanted it to be a little bit more on the masculine side. I just felt like if I dressed it up a little too much, then it would gonna kind of take away from, you know, some of the elements going on here. So added some stickers and some more cork to kind of masculine it up. You know, added some stickers from the collection, some of this this camera, and then I put this brad through the lens that says "Let's Go," you know, and then some of these chipboard stars, and you know, just dressed it up a little bit. So these two pages kind of go together. They're gonna go like this in the album. So that's that page, and then this is the next page, and this is a picture of my daughter, and she got her first buck this last year. And it was actually kind of funny because the stickers that were on that sticker sheet had 2012 on it, so it was kind of befitting that it worked so well together. So I just took some of the Fifth and Frolic paper, and I think I used a few stickers from the collection, but I think mostly this was like Fifth and Frolic and some of the other papers that I pulled. There was some of the Everyday Eclectic here that I matted the picture, and then some chipboard frames and some stars and chipboard arrows. But my daughter, she made this awesome shot to get this deer, and I know, I'm sorry for those of you who are kind of squeamish about this stuff, but it was just kind of one of those wow moments for us. This deer was pointed kind of like away from her, and she was about 350 yards away, and she made this awesome shot. Like, it was just wow. I was so impressed by her. So, and my husband was absolutely giddy. Like, he was just so impressed. So anyway, that is about this layout. And I used that flare that I pulled that says tell your story, and then just some other random like enamel dots. I just kind of dressed it up a little bit more girly-ish. So I really like how this one turned out. I love the colors in here. So that's that layout. Then this layout is actually about my dad and Natasha when she was, I don't even know if she was a year old, but they were playing by the patio doors, and there was this sun radiating off of them when they were playing. It was just so I don't know, relaxing, and so something so sweet about it. My dad, you know, typically doesn't play with little kids because he was kind of a gruff man, and here he is on the floor playing with his granddaughter. So it was just kind of a sweet moment. So I used the balloon paper to just kind of add a little bit of a dramatic edge to this, and then added, you know, some embellishments up here and just kind of a little bit of clustering. And honestly, if you look at my pages, just because I wanted it to be kind of not really difficult to think about, if you take a look at it, this is the same layout, just a little different. There's two pictures here. There is two pictures here, but one's a 4x6 and one's a, I think, 3.5 by 3.5. So, and then this is the exact same, it's just reversed. So I tried to keep it just simple and just not think about it and just, you know, just do. So I thought that was really easy. And then this is very similar to the other ones, except there is just a little bit more of a dramatic line up here, whereas these have more of a dramatic line towards the bottom. So that's something to consider if you're trying to, you know, whip up a few layouts. Just kind of, you know, copy yourself. It's easy to do. So again, that's this layout, so you can see how similar it is to the other pages. So there's that one. And then this one is a Christmas one, which is so funny that it just seemed to go really well. There was this music note print in the collection, and so just some of the colors seem to go. Like, I had this pattern paper that is from American Crafts, which is actually a summer collection, and then I pulled in some 6x6 papers from Crate Paper. I don't remember, I think one's Sleigh Ride and the other one is from an old collection. Let's see if I can find it here. I think some are from Winter Wonderland from Studio Calico, and one is, let's see if I can find it here. I don't know if I can find it in time. But anyway, yeah, so I used a couple Christmas collections. I don't see it. Oh, here's the other one. It's called, I think it's called Peppermint Twist. Oh, it's Peppermint Collection. So that's the one I used as well. So just to kind of add a little bit more. And then I thought this doily pattern paper from the Echo Park collection kind of reminded me of snowflakes. So I added that in and just added a lot of clustering over in this corner here. I might go back, and I have some of those snowflake sequins, so I might add those in a little bit later. But for the most part, it was just a lot of clustering to kind of, you know, bridge these three areas. But anyway, I really like how they turned out, and how ironic that it's a summer collection. And well, I mean, there's snow in this picture, but it was around March. I know for sure that that one was around March. But I have 3 of the 5 layouts that are all winter related and for a summer collection. So I just thought that was very funny. So there you have it. Your challenge for this week is to pull out an old paper pack and just get it used up. We will be having a new challenge over at the Will Craft for Supplies on Monday. So if you want to head on over there and join the group, it's lots of fun and lots of inspiration and lots of wonderful people over there. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.